Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm bringing you my go-to way of doing freckles. I do not naturally have freckles, the ones on my face right now. I will show you how to achieve. It's really simple. It doesn't take a whole lot of time, despite what people think, putting like a million little dots on your face. It really doesn't take that long to do this technique. And yeah, if you want to see how I did that and how I achieve a natural freckle look and some tips and tricks, then go ahead and keep on watching. The products the short list of products I used will be listed down below, as well as all my social links and all that good stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay guys, so I just zoomed in so that you could see. Hello, I know I'm very close, but I want you to really see the detail that I put into these freckles. So the only thing I really need is my Modern Renaissance palette. And of course, not saying you need a Modern Renaissance palette, but for my skin tone, this is usually like the colors I use. So I'm going to be going in with a mix of raw sienna and burnt orange, and also warm taupe, and a dot of this. Another good palette to use is if you have the Morphe 35O. You most certainly do not need the Modern Renaissance palette, that is for sure. Just something with a lot of brown tones, both warm and cool. The way I achieve the perfect freckles for me is I use both tones, and I use a brush like this. This is my Essence eyeliner brush, and it's very small, as you can see, and the tip is very thin and the bristles are very thin, which is what I look for in an eyebrow brush and a brush to do my freckles. And you could also use just a pointy liner brush that comes to a complete rounded point. I just don't like all my freckles to really look the same, so this helps kind of like make them a little more natural and not so round. So I'm first going to wet my brush. You guys know if I work on clients, obviously I don't do that, but I'm just working on my own face, so get it a little bit wet. And I am going to dip into this first shade in the palette, which is Raw Sienna. And I already have my base done, already have my brows done, have a tiny bit of highlight, nothing crazy. And I'm gonna dip into that Raw Sienna. So I dip into that Raw Sienna and I just pretty much go all over the place. Freckles are not that serious. So wherever you feel like you like them placed, I obviously like mine here on the cheekbones, and I like to go up my nose and a little bit to this side of my forehead. That's just usually the pattern I do. But in doing that pattern, I still just dot this all over. And you could start really close together too. Really far apart, close together. The way to really create natural freckles is to have that variation. So this color is pretty not that noticeable on my skin tone, but it is just creating that first layer of color that we are going to be working off of. As you can see, it's adding a little bit of pigmentation, a little bit of that natural kind of flush look. So I'm doing some close together, doing some far apart, going up, doing some close together. And then if you feel like how in this area they're kind of all uniform, I go in with a brush that I use to apply my foundation, which is this bad boy, and just lightly tap over it. I'm gonna keep doing this throughout this freckle process. Keep going in and blending over it so it's not so fake looking, if that makes sense. So I like to focus on this part of my nose. Take it on here. And you can see how I have that super pigmented. I'm just gonna lightly tap over that. Keeping with that raw sienna shade, I'm just gonna keep doing this for a little while till it's looking how I want it to look. Next I'm going to go in with that warm taupe shade from the Modern Renaissance as well, which is more of a cool toned. Like I said previously, I like to mix the tones. I feel like that gives more of a realistic, natural look. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into that and start applying. You can already see the difference. And these ones I'm a little bit more sparse with. Like, I don't like to super build them up too much in one area. And usually when I do freckles, I am doing more of a natural eye look, or like, you know, natural makeup like right now. So I don't mind like taking it on my brow bone or like extending it up a little higher, you know, bringing it in here, bringing it in here. That's really what's gonna like bring the natural element to these freckles. Last but not least, with the shades of the freckles, I'm going to go in with a darker brown. I'm just going to use this because I don't feel like using another palette. This is Cypress Umber. Very lightly. I'm going to put 1 or 2 dots around the face to kind of add a little tiny bit of like not definition, but to bring focus to those little ones. So I like to do one here. You could do them as big or as small as you want. Don't be afraid to get close to other freckles because, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I like to do one here under the eye and one maybe like here. Just to kind of bring a little bit more dimension to the freckles. And one last tap out. One last little tap out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick little spritz with my setting spray, and that's gonna be all. Okay guys, so I got in really close and lowered my lights a little bit so that you could see really how natural the freckles look. I don't like to go for super pigmented. I like to just go for this because I still look like me. You know what I mean? I'm not adding, if you want to do your whole face freckles, go ahead. That's going to take a really long time. This is probably not the technique for you, but this is how I like to do mine. I think this is the most flattering way for my face. You could see I brought them up here. I put them up in the crease. I put them up on my brow bone, like on my cheeks. Got a couple little dots everywhere, and that's really how I like to do it. I think it looks really pretty and it still looks natural. And I get like questions all the time from my friends like, girl, like I didn't know you had freckles. I'm like, I don't. It's makeup. But yeah, I hope you guys found this informative and like helpful if you're trying to achieve that like natural freckle look. It's something that I love to do. And in another video I will bring you another version of how I like to do mine, a little bit blingy, but that's for another video. If you did like this video and you found it helpful or you found it entertaining in some way, go ahead and give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Click the bell notification. Like I said, 2019 I'm going to be trying to get up a lot more videos, and it really helps me out to know what you guys are liking in my content and what you guys could do without. If you tried this, tag me on Instagram, or you know, leave in the comments how it turned out for you. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.